How do, folks? Welcome back. Oh, please turn your right. One thing and one thing only. Filtering. There we go, squash, mate. Right, as you probably noticed by the video, I have changed the view of the GoPro. I'm just trying it out, so this might just end up in the bin. Truth be known. Oh no. But yeah, I can confirm if you've watched the previous that I no longer have as severe. It is slightly, ever so slightly still there. A little bit of wear wobble in excessive speeds. So, but obviously that just means I either chill out a bit or we're going to spend 600 quid on forks, which I haven't got £600 to spend on forks. Otherwise, if I did, it would have already been done. So now, just on my way home from the lovely Wolverhampton. Gazebo on wheels. Cool. Just come here. The bike's running absolutely mint. Now I've only had it a week, but this compared to the Phaser, honestly, it's a massive upgrade. It's and I have become a fan, I've got to be honest, of the triple engine. You know, when it all kicked off with the Phaser and they were saying, you know, have a look at what we've got, blah blah blah. Really have that much choice? In all fairness. Now I could have had a Z900, a little bit cheaper than this. It's an inline 4, another 4-cylinder. Didn't quite fancy one of them. Purely for the fact I value my licence. That's pretty much why. And obviously all the fun, you know, the fun is up the top end of the rev counter. That's not bullshit here. It is, you know, 4 cylinders, predominantly a race bike engine. That was the only reason I didn't want another 4. Because as much as I love ringing the neck of the Phaser, you're looking down and you're going, okay, I need to wind it back in a little bit. You'd be looking down and you'd be seeing some licence losing speeds, I'll put it that way. And obviously, so I've not long passed, you've got your probation period, didn't you? So I think I'm only allowed 6 points. And funny enough, I ain't got none. That's a lovely bit of indication. You know, meant to indicate as you're going round. So I was trying to be a good boy and keep my licence. You know, like most people out there, most of it is a bit more luck than judgment in keeping said licence, because, you know, we have all been doing or have done stupid speeds. You know, that's why we buy a bike. You know, if we wanted to sit at the speed limit, we'd just get a bus pass. It'd be a lot cheaper, a lot safer. Yeah, it's arseholes, you know, I wish I'd have gone for this type of bike at the start. That's the only thing I've got over the Phaser. The Phaser was not uncomfortable. In all fairness, the Phaser's probably got a better seat. Whereas this, after an hour, whether it's because it's got the right bars, and obviously it's a little less weight on your wrist, or your weight is on your arse. You know, it is basically a settee with an engine. It really is. Scooby gonna jump in? No. Obviously all your weight is going through your cheeks, so give me about an hour, hour and a bit. You have enough of a numb bum. Thought the golf would have played with the Audi a little bit. But now the upright, the right upright bars, the sit up and beg position, I like. You know, I'm not small and I'm not narrow. I'm quite a big framed person. Are we still classing everybody as people now, or are we classed as something else? I literally can't keep up with who's who. I cannot say that anymore. But I'm not getting involved in that because I'll be there all day. But now this seat position for me is a lot more comfortable. Now I can see why so many people go for this style of bike. Granted, they're probably not doing it when they're in the 30s, but then most people don't really tend to commute on the bikes, aren't in the situation I'm in. You know, I use mine daily. Don't get me wrong. If I had a sports bike, I probably wouldn't be making this video. I've got to be honest, because I'd be brown bread. It's just probably as simple as that. You know, I had a few close calls on the Phaser. And, you know, I'm all for talking about my mistakes. That's life. Such is life, isn't it? But that's just down to my own stupidity, really. Nothing to do with the bike. You know, I would have done what I'd done on the Phaser on a 400. Granted, it took me longer to get there, but still been the same outcome, so to speak. But now, since the suspension has been set up, it's been a completely different bike. It really has. It actually holds the road. I've no longer got the rear lifting up under braking on the front. The front doesn't want to try and come up all the time. Some of you may have already saw that video. I don't know who checked my socials. It's out there, folks. It's out there, you know. And it was the bike was literally like a pogo stick. You know, as you can probably see by well, now the GoPro will probably hold it with the stabilisation. But I'm feeling a lot more of the road, feel the texture, purely because the front end, well, the whole bike's been made stiffer. It really has, because it was way too soft. Way too soft. I don't know who the previous owner of this bike was, but either way, roughly the same as a small elephant, or didn't have an absolute Scooby what he was doing. Very, very loose at the front, and the rear, he'd taken both, to be fair. So I did ask the lads at Rev Suspension as soon as he started messing, do you think this has been set up too softly, or what? Obviously, you know, I don't know. You know, I just ride the bloody thing. A suspension man. Obviously, I watched Dave Moss tuning. He's quite good. He is. I just found him on YouTube if you're interested in any type of suspension. Unfortunately, he didn't do one in depth on this, really. But no, so I'm glad that's been set up. But now, if you have got adjustable suspension, folks, just get it done. Now the lads down there charged me. It would have been 25 quid just to set the suspension up. But because I had an emergency, I would say you told me between 10 and 11. To me, 10 and 11, you save spot half 10. But I was there at 10 past 10. Easy. He didn't pull up at the gates till 10 to 5 to 11. And obviously, you asked, you know, all that revs are sorry. How long have you been waiting for? Told him. You know, he knocked the fiver off. Now, which is nice because they still provided the service. And that's what you. That's why customer service is your number one, obviously. And there was two great blokes, there really was. Granted, they can check your email off, but hey, they're us bikers. You know, we chat shit with the rest of them. Yeah, obviously don't know where he's going. So now he's caused a 2-lane fucking build up because he doesn't know where he's going. Hang in front of me, lad. You can piss off. Exactly. You ballsed it up. Now the tracer I'm really happy with. Really happy with. Now it's got to go back to the garage in the next 2 weeks or so. It's obviously it's under warranty, blah blah blah. I've got 2 little LEDs out in the rear brake light, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to shut the gap. So that's been fitted. Obviously that one got the new wheels and the valve put on the phaser. So they've put the tyres on this one and forgot the bloody valves. Nice new shiny gold 90-degree valves, which would have looked very nice on this bike, just black and gold. But anyhow, that's what it is. Oh, you know, so comfortable. If it's looking after, I'd probably do it all. This is not far off. Really is not far off. R40. Now this will get you in and out of most predicaments that you put yourself in, or somebody else has put you in. Guarantee you try and go straight on, even though you're in the lane to go back round said island. Therefore 1200. The 800 looks so much better. Really does. What now? So this is Dudley, guys. There's the Station Hotel. If you like your ghosts, that's meant to be one of the most haunted pubs in the UK. I can't remember the room. It's 500 and something. Just go on Station Hotel on YouTube, you'll find it. This is the infamous Dudley. Dudley Castle there. Dudley bus stop down there. There's your tours. There's your tour done. That Cousins, that's a tea shop, has been there, I think, since dinosaurs have walking the planet. I don't know whether they're still open because there's never anybody in there, and I'm sure them are the same settees that I saw when I was a kid. So I haven't got a Scooby what they're doing. Now the only probably upgrades I'd want to do, if I'm probably going to do big miles on it, which I do plan on doing it with Max in the summer. Now we want to go and see Q-Tube up north. He's a good lad, you can watch his stuff. Yeah, he's got a 1290 KTM SAS. And if I had that money, I probably would have had an SAS. As many of you may know if you follow me on Instagram, I do tend to post a lot more on Instagram. But now, that bike would be 160 brake. Big massive twin banging underneath your bollocks. Or you have a JJ. I don't know what you're bloody meant to call him now. Without trying to insult anybody. Oh, you got one up the other, are you? Well, in some cases you've got both. That's all over there, but it goes into 2 lanes. And then they start moving over. And now Sam, who's also got a KTM 1290 SAS. You're getting the hint here. He also rode one of these because I talk to him quite regularly on Instagram and stuff like that. That jammy kit's just gone round Ireland. It's absolutely stunning. I think he's covered 3,500 miles or 2,500 miles in 11 days. So he's done some mileage. I'll give him that, fair play. Him and George. George has got a Tiger. Just had a 900. Them pair are quite funny actually together. Okay. be sure to go and check them out. If you do go check them out, tell them I sent you. Not that he's going to let me have a go at his KTM, but you never know. You never know. It's worth a shot, you don't ask, you don't get. No, thanks for joining me on my way home. Hopefully you've liked the video and found it interesting. But I would not put anybody. I probably wouldn't go for one of these if it's your first big bike, because they are front happy. Well, yeah, front happy. But now I'm more than happy with the choice I've made. Found mate to go on there. Really missed him there. So we found in the tank bag, but the tank ring, which is the Oxford one, it's like down there. So you can see why most who do have tank rings on here have that like funny one, because obviously you've got the lip of the front fairing in there, as you can see. So it sits up, so a little bit closer to the bars. Obviously a little bit closer to the bars, it's higher. So obviously it's got to go over the lip. So, but I ain't going to bother with that. I've got my gizmo to get there. I'll put my phone on. I've got to order me ultimate add-ons cigarette lighter with 2 USB ports on, charge my GoPro batteries and my phone at the same time. I know, absolutely outstanding what you can do now on these bikes. I can just basically like a bloody SUV. I'm gonna have me a sidecar put on, put a tent in, so when the missus decides to kick me out, I'll just keep in there. That's a joke, that's a joke. I wouldn't dare put one of them on my bike, thank you very much. So I have a bike, that's where I leave the wife and children at home, so I can come out and have some peace and quiet and giggle like a little schoolgirl when my bike decides it wants to fart.